Welcome, everybody. This is Coffee with the Founder. I'm Beck Bamberger, and we do this show to better understand what it is like to be a venture-backed founder. Why would anyone do such a thing and do this crazy job of trying to build a company that becomes a household name, a societal changer, and so forth? And just also have fun, hopefully, and just have a real conversation, because what else are we doing here besides having fun, hopefully, and doing something great in the world? So with us today, on that note, live from Brooklyn, he's coming all the way from Brooklyn, is Nick Ornitz.
Ornitz,
Right?
yeah.
Ornitz,
Yeah, that's
great.
right. Very good.
Co-founder and CEO of Topline Pro. They just cleared a Series B funding, and I was just saying to you, Nick, like there's like a mini movie that you all launched for your $27 million raise. So congrats on that. And we're going to get into it. First off, give us a little overview of Topline Pro.
Of course, and great to be here, Beck. Thanks for having me on board. Topline Pro, our mission is really helping the long tail, so small home service companies. You can think landscapers, roofers, painters, in a nutshell, succeed and give them not just tooling to do that, but what feels like team members that are helping them with all the aspects of the business other than the work itself. So if you are a landscaper that is incredibly skilled at your craft, but you don't have time to run marketing for your business or sales or operations, we want to provide software that does that for you, and that's our focus.
I think perhaps you've nailed the mini tagline that you have here: more customers, more jobs, less BS. Bullshit, basically, is what you put on here. I think that resonates with your customer base, small business owners doing homework, perhaps.
Exactly. And it's actually one of our core values. Our first core value is no bullshit. So it is true to how we operate internally. And we really are focused on, let's not just create fluff that small business owners can't understand or aren't sure what value they're getting out of it. And let's drive real results. Yeah.
Okay. How'd you get to that as number one, no bullshit, as top value for your first?
Yeah, it really returned the part of the origin of Topline Pro, and where we started was seeing...
You're the co-founder, Shannon, right?
Yes, my co-founder, Shannon. She's our
bring
COO.
us back to where you're like, we got to make that core value.
So what we saw in the industry is that there's a lot of what we kind of describe as information asymmetry. So you have small business owners that are doing their best to run their business, and you have tech companies that are producing solutions for them. And it's not always clear on exactly what's being done on the other side, especially in the world of agencies for these small businesses, where they partner up with a local agency. They say, hey, can you do XYZ? Agency says yes. And so what we want to do is cut through the noise. We want to make sure that anyone that works at Topline Pro understands what we are and what we aren't doing for them, and what the software is able to do. And so that is not just for our customers, but also we live and breathe that internally in how we operate.
And for employees, do they resonate with that a lot? I imagine so.
They do. I think that one of the joys of being part of a startup is getting to build and getting to create something that didn't exist, and not focusing on paperwork or process or things that drive hierarchy. And we actually just had a new team member that we were onboarding this morning, and he said one of the top reasons that he joined was being sick of the BS in past organizations and wanting to be part of our culture.
There you go. That is one of the highest marks typically for startups and attracting talent is, the pace that the companies are going, but just the lack of the meeting before the meeting, and then the meeting and the meeting after, and then the debrief with the meeting with the other. It's just like all the corporate BS that people go to die. I've had some founders on here with that's where you go for your soul to die so often. So why not be a flourishing startup that is just moving fast and cuts that out? So that could be quite attractive. Okay. Yes. I'm looking at your website right now, Nick. I'm not seeing the other where are the values? And tell me more about the values, because how do you get to these values? We haven't really talked about that on this show yet.
Yeah, so we have 6 core values. In terms of how we got to our core values, I'd say they really evolved from the way that we operated when we were just starting out as a team, and we didn't realize what they were. And so one day we stepped back when we were about 30 folks or so on the team, and we said, okay, we're operating this way. Like, how would everyone describe how we're operating and how we are functioning? And before we start scaling as a team, let's make sure that we really iron those out and write them down. One of some of the other core values that really resonate I'll just share two as an example.
Please,
One
please.
is be an owner. And so we are
Yes.
supporting small business owners that are truly entrepreneurs. And so
Yeah.
internally, we need to operate
Have
the
that
same way.
essence. Yeah.
Exactly. And then lastly is a value called BOOM, BOOM. We love to celebrate wins along the way. We
Yeah.
have theme songs in the office every time a new customer gets onboarded. We have a bunch of celebratory internally. And I think startups are so focused on the end destination and where do you get to and what's the next goal. And if you don't celebrate the wins along the way, you lose the joy, as you said at the start of this, the fun.
I was just talking with another founder on this, that you go like, oh, but there's the thing on the horizon that's really the mission, and we're not there yet, and it's so far away. But if you're not celebrating those little like, hey, but we did this today, that was really great, we got this client onboarded, or we got this deal signed, like the path of the mission is paved with 1,000 little wins along the way, and some misses, of course. But you got to be able to be like, okay, we did that. I've been doing that with our team too. I'm just being like, oh yeah, we just signed those 3 clients last week. Like, wait a second, like that's a great win. Instead of, okay, what are the 6 other deals we're doing this week? It's like, yeah, and we got to celebrate as well.
100%, 100%. There's an excerpt from the book Good to Great, which talks about the flywheel, and the flywheel really hits velocity. Yes, exactly. A bunch of small actions that add up. And so when you join Topline Pro, that's one of the first things that we'll review and basically say, don't get fixated on silver bullets. Focus on doing something a little bit better every day, and those will move the needle in the long run. Yeah.
Okay, so y'all been around since 2020, correct?
Yes, correct.
We're 5 years in. You have these values now that you established when you were, maybe you said the 30-ish people. You're over 100 people now, right?
Just about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How often are you reviewing or updating the values, if at all?
Yeah. So we have kept the core values, the 6 core values, the same, but we have updated and refined this year, helping team members understand how to live the core values and how to lead them, and then how to also hire against them. And
hire and fire by them.
Yes, exactly. So we have taken a bunch of the team's feedback and input into that refinement and kind of the level 2 beneath them. And we had mistakenly, I'll be honest and admit, we had called our first value less bullshit at first instead of no bullshit. And then someone was like, hey, that should actually be no BS.
Be no.
Yes. So we did change that. That is one update that we did.
Well, that's great. I like that employee who's like, wait a second. I don't want to be in a place that's just less.
Exactly.
How about none?
Exactly.
How about none? Oh gosh. Okay. So give me an example of then the living it, because there's so much talk on, oh, your values, and they're posted up on the wall and stuff. And you're like, that's what we aspire to. But no, really your values should be representative of who you are and how it's already living in your culture as is.
100%.
But yet teaching it, showing it, etc., is great. So for example, one little thing we do, I call it our own self-propaganda, is on our stand-ups Mondays and Thursdays, our senior community manager plays a random song, his choice. He's quite diverse in his music accolades and collection. And the song is representative of one of the values. So the team gets to like guess, like, well, what does this song mean or whatever. And so it's just reminding us of like, oh, these are the values. This is what it is. Serve to succeed, or impeccable communication, and so forth. So what's an example you all do?
Yeah. I'll share two. So
great. I love
Boom and celebrating. We do really make celebratory actions for small things. So every time, again, a new customer is brought on board, we have a theme song for the person that onboarded them that plays in the office. It's quite chaotic, it's quite fun. And then it's a little cheesy, but at the end of team meetings, we'll end them with a boom, like an actual 3, 2, 1 boom. Let's celebrate what was just discussed and done, and let's move on to the next thing. So
wait. So you do a countdown, and then what is it? A clap? Like, what is
a clap? A clap. It's a little cheesy. It's a clap. And there's always good humor when folks join if they do 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, you name it.
We could do it at the end of this then, Nick. Perfect.
We could. That would be a first.
Great. And all your podcasts on it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, boom.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Since you just recently closed this raise, it's been increasingly busy out there in the money cycles, and there's more companies getting some funding. There's a lot that shouldn't be getting funding, but that's another. We are in the time of the pendulum swing, and it is what it is in the Silicon Valley space we live in. All that to be said, what were your insights in doing this raise this time? Because this was your B, so you've already done the A.
Yep.
What would you say?
Yeah. So the as you change stages, I think
Yes.
it moves from just here's the vision and the mission and our belief, and it starts to be grounded in
Numbers.
metrics and numbers as well. And so one thing that we've always taken really seriously is, are we building a good foundational business? And not are we turning $1 into 50 cents, but are we building a business that has a strong foundation and is driving real impact? I think it's rooted in that first core value we were just talking about. And so when it came time for the Series B, thankfully we had that strong foundation of metrics and that we were building on. And then the second is really playing in a space where there is genuine impact of what AI can do with software. And so it's not this could make 10% efficiency gain for this business, but it actually changes, can a business owner adopt and use a solution where historically it's been hard to? And so as a small business landscaper, painter, roofer, in the past, B2B software, if you didn't have an admin, was really hard to use because you were spending 15 hours a day in the field. And now what we can do is we can build software that maybe a couple inputs from a business, and then it's running in the background on autopilot. So we have a sales assistant product that answers the phone for the business. It responds to customers. It books jobs,
They do
and all of that.
They do invoicing, payments.
Yeah. So with that, we're able to. There's a lot going on. So with that, you're able to take action on behalf of the business without them having to click a button. And so now you're at this moment in time where the addressable market is way bigger than it's ever been, because you have about 2.6 million home service companies, and in our view, about 2.4 of those are long tail, don't fit the category of being able to use traditional B2B software.
Like, 98% or 97% or something like that.
A pretty big percentage.
Why? Because they're just out in the field. This is a demographic, perhaps, maybe it's a boomer owner. They've been doing their handyman work for 27 years. They use a paper and pencil, and that's about, that's the system. So it could be more that it's just not attractive for them to use, or kind of in their natural vernacular, or tech stack, no tech stack, basically. They're working from their phone. Or is it something else?
I think so. I think at first glance, that is where a lot of folks land on it. I think if you dig in and you ask the question like, well, if it were to provide value, wouldn't someone go through the troubles of figuring out how to learn how to use it? And so
I think no. Yeah.
what we find is that delivering that value, if it's dependent on the upfront activation, figuring out how to use a new tool and using it, there's not enough time in the day for these business owners. And so now you can deliver value faster. And so someone can realize, oh, wow, that actually can work for my business. Let me spend some more time investing in it. And so using AI to be able to have software do work for the business owner changes that time to value.
I love the point that you bring up, which is for that user. And I think this is where a lot of people get stuck, founders or what they're trying to solve. They go, oh, well, yeah, if your user is a deep stack developer or something, they'll spend maybe 7 hours hacking away, trying to figure out the tool, adopt it, et cetera. It's easier to get like early adopters when you're that digging and tech oriented. It is not easy when you're dealing with nurses who are slammed with patients and do not want to be adopting, and the average age is 26 or 63, or people who are trying to maintain 27 pools because they're a pool service company and they're on site. They're literally cleaning out the pool with leaves and things of that sort. There's no, let me spend all the time to learn and adopt this, even though you could promise to me, wow, it's going to save me 20% in fees, or wow, I'm going to grow my business 20%. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because there's such a gap in what people are able to do or want to do improvement for their companies.
Yeah, and have the time to do. I mean, these business owners work extremely hard. We often talk to our team that, one of our customers we went down and spent the day with in person, and his crew has a crew meeting at 6:30 in the morning, and they come back at 7 and they offload the trucks and they finish up for the day. And that is a really, really long day to then get back to the office and say, oh, I need to go use
7 p.m.
XYZ tool.
They do the meeting at
Yes.
6:30. Okay, so it's a 6:30 a.m. meeting, and then they go back
6:30 a.m.
and then
and then
7
they
p.m.
end at 7 p.m. And those are the crew members, and the business owner then is at 7 p.m. able to dive into all the admin work. And so it's a really intense industry. They work really, really hard.
Silicon Valley, this whole 996 thing is like so novel. It's like, have you actually worked any like real jobs in fields? Because they've been doing 996 forever.
I hate to say it, but I think they're also working 7 days a week. Yes, exactly.
777.
Yes.
God. Oh, good insight there on that, Nick.
Yeah.
Okay. You were mentioning culture and like you got this fresh funding, you're hiring, I'm assuming. How is it out there in terms of hiring, and how are you getting the people to you? Because it is a bit of a talent war right now, you could say. Mm-hmm. What works for you? And further, you're based in New York City. No one can get a damn office space in New York City. Apparently, the pendulum has swung all the way back. Read the articles. The Wall Street Journal just did a piece on like, wow, rent space for businesses is just difficult to get. How things change. The point is, Nick, how are you attracting the talent you need?
Yeah. So first, I think we're finding folks that are inspired by the mission that we're working on. Okay, and so like there is a lot of, I think there's a lot of tech that is figuring out how to drive efficiency for mid-market and enterprise businesses and other tech companies, which is fantastic. It's helping those businesses succeed. But then there's not as many folks that are really trying to build for true small businesses. I think the word SMB gets used to classify a lot, and there's companies within that are 100 employees. It's not an SMB. And so I think first and foremost, folks are resonating with the mission, and that's why around the Series B we wanted to tell the story of what we're doing and help that get out. So that definitely helped on the talent front. Additionally, we've really focused on thinking about how do we help our team grow by the other team members on the team. And so we have a really strong referral rate of other team members making introductions, helping us with the recruiting. And then last but not least is I think in general, we are seeing that there's a lot of folks that want to move to the Series A to Series B stage company because there's some traction and there's a proof point, but there's still that ability to execute quickly. So it seems like a sweet spot with a lot of employees who've been at later stages the last 3, 4, 5 years.
Oh, I haven't heard that so much, that there's a pool of talent out there that goes like, I want to. Now I have friends and such that, yes, they have that. But yeah, I want to go, I was at a seed or I was in an A and now I got to get to my B's and C's. Yeah. But not E's and F's. Too big. But the sweet spot where I can still know everyone's name. We're still grinding. We'll eventually get there, God willing. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we're seeing a lot of folks that had done the A to B to C to D journey over the last 3-4 years. And now they're saying, okay, I want another at that. So that is helping. And then I think we're trying to get out there and share our story more. So hopefully folks listening to this will apply and just making it more evident in what we're doing.
Oh, do you have anyone, I would imagine this would be the pristine type of candidate for you who's like, yeah, my mom was a small business owner doing exactly this, running a housekeeping team of, 20 something housekeepers in a metropolitan area, whatever. And that's like that. Or my dad was the landscaping person, had a crew of 16, did that for 27 years. So I get it as the daughter or son of that type of profile person.
100%. And we have, I'll share 2 fun areas. So we have team members that also were home service business owners in the past and have joined us. And then this past year, we actually hired one of our customers full-time. Samantha, she runs a garage door business with her husband, and she loved Topline Pro so much. She said, hey, I want to help more business owners figure out how to use Topline Pro. And we said, okay, great. Let's do an experiment. Why don't you call some business owners and share your story with them and see what happens. And we ran that for a couple of months and it went really well. And we ended up offering her a full-time job as part of our onboarding and activation team.
Oh my gosh. Was this part of your VC pitch for the Series B? Listen,
it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh,
we should have.
Yes. Well, you did it anyway. So I would have been like, our customers are so ecstatic about us. They come to work for us.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, she's fantastic. The team loves working with her. Yeah.
Wow. Nick, we're just going to end it there. Oh, we'll do it in a second, our boom thing in a second. But to put a pin on it, Nick, you're the co-founder and CEO of Topline Pro, helping real small businesses do better in their businesses in the home service area. Based in New York City, you're hiring. Come on, people. If you know this business or you want to be part of this and you want to work at a B level startup, Series B, not, at the seed level, this is the place to go. It sounds like.
Amazing. And I'll give a shout out. We actually have an office in Boston as well. So we're hiring in both locations.
Both. Okay, Nick, how do we do it?
All right. You get to count either up or down. Okay. You go 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1, and then we'll clap and say boom together.
All right, ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
There we go. We made it happen.
Thanks so much, Nick. Appreciate you.
Thank you.